What's up, Collider TV Talk fans? Josh Macuga here, back for another episode of Collider TV Talk, a jam-packed show. Welcoming Mrs. Graceface, who's usually here. Grace Hancock is out today and tomorrow, but I'm lucky enough to be joined by two amazing ladies. Emma Fyffe.
Hello, great to be here on what is Thursday?
Sensual Thursday.
No, it's Sensual Wednesdays.
You're right.
What is?
Oh, Saucy Thursday.
Oh, Saucy Thursdays. Oh, okay,
We should have
good.
been drinking. We should have been drinking.
Good.
Maybe
Turn up the
we'll
sauce
drink.
factor
Yes,
here.
turn up the sauce. And the nicest scary person that I know, Miss Clarke Wolfe.
Oh, hello, everyone. Thanks for having me back.
Yes,
everyone
of course.
here.
Love having you here, Clarke. We're going to talk a little Sinner, Mr. Mercedes. We talked about lore the last time you were on, and we finally got a scary trailer, and we saw that doll you were talking about, and now I don't want to close my eyes over it. Let's get started. So first, this news broke this morning, thanks to Cobster for texting me it on my way into work today. Game of Thrones is going to shoot multiple endings. Now, the thing that they said in the article, which is kind of cool, was they're shooting multiple endings for the actors, not so much yes, for hackers, and yes, the people who are trying to hack the show, but more for the actors are this is the ending, or is it? This is the ending, or is it? Because personally, I know for a fact that if I was on one of those shows, I'd get drunk at a bar in England and be like, you guys want to know what happens in the end of Game of Thrones? Here it goes. And then it happens, and I'm like, I got fired.
Well, but at the same time, we're talking about the very end of the entire series. So if you did get drunk at a bar and spoil the ending, you couldn't really get fired because your job's already over.
Yes.
Good point.
What do you guys think of this?
I do think that's really interesting, though. I think as an actor, that's kind of fun to not know how your own show ends. I mean,
very Wayne's World-y.
And talk about ramping up the experience for the actors to finally have some of the same viewing thrill that we get as an audience member, because we go into Game of Thrones, especially now that they're beyond the end of the books, we go in every single week going, what's going to happen this week? Who's going to die? There's this great gif going around of George R.R. Martin being like, I like to keep everyone on the edge of their seat. I want everyone to turn the page and think, well, this might be where I die. So, I mean, how fun is that to be like, in this version of the ending, I died. In this version, I conquered all of Westeros. So, I like it.
It reminds me of the cliffhanger for The Walking Dead a few seasons back, where they shot multiple endings because you knew someone was going to die at the end of the bat. And I think for secrecy too, I know that it might say it's mostly for the actors, but I think it's mostly for piracy and hackers. At the end of the day, if they've got the time and the money, why not?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hell, they'll probably shoot a whole end episode and maybe never air it. If that's a DVD extras episode, that'd be kind of bad.
You know what's amazing? You know what's amazing too is that there's this notorious story that Game of Thrones reshot their pilot, I think twice before they landed on the one that actually made it to air.
Really?
HBO is not afraid to take their time, and so it would be kind of funny if you had all these alternate pilots and all these alternate finales.
Yeah.
So, it ends the way it began.
Yeah,
actually a
it's
fun
interesting.
idea.
My brother and I sort of have this theory that goes in line with what you were saying, Clarke, about them reshooting things multiple times, that George R.R. Martin, the reason it takes him so long to write these freaking books is because he rewrites everything 10 times to make sure that it's exactly the way that he wants it. So it'll be interesting to see.
I have trouble rewriting texts. Just send it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. I'll go to the next text. That's just a lot of rewriting. Sounds miserable. But I love your show. I like your television show. All right. This lore trailer.
Lore. I am lore. Sorry, we were just talking about South Park. It's a way of sneaking it in there.
Lore. What do you think? Because we talked about this the last time.
Yeah, the teaser.
What do you think about this trailer?
Well, Emma quoted the great Allison. Do you want to say what she said?
Yeah, so Allison Keene's title for this article on Collider was actually Full Lore Series Trailer Looks Like an Are You Afraid of the Dark for Adults.
And that is the best way to put it, because I think the trailer shows you exactly what we've been promised, an anthology series based on the podcast. Fans of the podcast like myself can watch, these little clips and go, oh my gosh, I know what that is. Especially the doll episode, which which is probably one of my top 5 favorite episodes of Lore, which is what this photo behind us is all about. But yeah, I think the trailer is great, and I think the trailer is super effective. But you cannot put it better than Are You Afraid of the Dark for grown-ups?
Yeah,
No,
I
agreed.
absolutely agree with that statement. I mean, in the trailer, you see all of this all these like flashback period piece kind of stuff. And I immediately see people in period costume and go, yes, I want to watch that. And especially when it comes to horror storytelling, because I think that's a lot of where sort of horror as a visual on-screen medium got its start, was with the Universal monster films and being in, the old European villages. So I love seeing kind of getting into the history of like, how did this sort of urban legend or whatnot come to be. So it looks really good.
Yeah,
You're gonna watch it, right, Josh?
I'm gonna watch it. I swear I will. But if the first one's too scary, then maybe I won't.
Well,
watch it.
it's true. It's true. Like, it's
Horror.
urban legends. You were just telling us an urban legend
Yeah.
at the pre-pro meeting, so you can handle it.
Okay, fine, Clark. Whatever you say. All right. So we got some Flash promo pics for season 2 yesterday. I love talking about pictures because they're always so dynamic. They give you so much into what the season's doing.
Yep, I'm so
Awesome.
happy that character is still alive.
So good. It's
No
fucking sweet.
consequences on the Flash.
Sick, bro. How was the Speed Force? Fucking terrible. I got a beard in it. Yeah, I don't know. Last season of Flash was so just like anticlimactic and boring. That they're going this way of like the CW kind of like, you know what? Forget season 3. Season 3 is always going to be the crappy one. We'll get it out of the way, and then season 4 will come back with a better one. And people are like, season 3, but 4. I don't know why people do that. It's sort of like a third ex-wife. Like, just stay married. What the hell are you doing? But there's a picture of Barry with a beard, and he's just like, he looks like Rick in The Walking
He
Dead.
really does.
To take a page out of The Walking Dead, old man Rick, and now bearded Barry. It's more of a neck beard and a mustache,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't really get much from these promo pics other than like Barry's out of the Speed Force. Shocker that they're going to get that out of the way in like the first 15 minutes of the season.
Yeah.
Like we were
I know,
promised
well,
with
again,
Flashpoint.
I mean, that's the thing that I think we were all sort of disappointed with in this season of The Flash was there's just no consequences for your actions.
Nothing.
There's no consequences for your actions. Yeah. And what we're getting from these promo pics is, okay, cool, still no consequences for your actions. I mean, it's possible that Barry will be back with some sort of memory issues or something, but even that
The Speed Force affected him weirdly.
Right.
Now he has to go back into the Speed. Stop going to the Speed Force, dummy. Like there was a great moment in the panel at Comic-Con. Do you watch Flash?
Nope.
Yeah, good for you. There was a moment in the panel at Comic-Con, and it was probably the only good moment of that 10-hour day that I spent in Ballroom 20, other than the fact of seeing Once Upon a Time fans before, because I'd never seen what that is, and that's something. A woman literally screamed in my ear, and I turned around, I was like, please don't do that again. So this girl comes up and she's like, so can you explain to me why and how Barry, like if he goes back in time and if he comes back and if Savitar is him, why doesn't the old Savitar then, and she's like going through and I think to myself, I'm like, holy shit, that season made absolutely no sense. And poor Tiffany Smith, who was the moderator of the panel, was like, just give it up, man. Just give it up. Like, it's over. we did it. And that's where we are in The Flash. It's like, well, you know what? I boned this one. Total boner jam. Let me go back in time, fix it. Oh, boned that one. Crap. Let me keep going back.
Right, it's fine because
and then before you know it, it's Back to the Future 2 and you're at
infinite
Pics.
universes, infinite timelines. Yeah.
I got nothing.
It gets frustrating because, again, The Flash has set itself up to create a reality wherein, again, there are no consequences.
Correct. Yes.
So there's no stakes.
There's nothing. It's 22 episodes of no stakes. And I like red meat.
Yeah.
Steaks. That's a pun. Yeah, Cobster. Did you catch that one? No, he didn't get it. He's just back there looking at his phone, checking his Instagram. I see it. All right, let's talk everybody's favorite new summer anthology one-off season thing. I don't know. I've just given miniseries. Yeah, we'll give you
that might be the
miniseries.
word you're looking for.
The Jessica Biel'Essence because let's be honest, after Seventh Heaven, she just did a whole bunch of like decent movies.
Yeah.
They were nothing great except Summer Catch because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Now she's doing the Sinner thing, and besides the bangs, she's crushing it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't even mind the bangs because I'm just so distracted by how beautiful her shoulders are.
She's
She's got
shoulders.
the best arms.
As a panel of two women and one man, we can confirm those shoulders and those arms are something to behold.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I was sort of late to the party on this, but I got caught up on it for today. And damn, this show is great.
I
you
know,
guys.
I know, it's great. And this is the penultimate episode, so next week's the finale. And we got no Bill Pullman in this one, unfortunately. It was just a Beale standalone, and it was a Beale standalone flashback, which we've been teased for a while.
Yeah.
And my goodness, this was the little sister coming out of her shell, like, I'm gonna do coke and X and booze and we're like, wait
bone this dude.
and bone this dude. And
Also, I kind of liked the storyline with the sister and the guy who she ended up
Agreed.
sleeping with. He was really
He was nice
pretty
to her.
nice.
Yeah, good. Like good. I will say though, my theory of her being in her mind. So when you weren't here, but my theory was that perhaps Phoebe was like in Cora's mind.
she was a Force ghost.
Yeah, exactly. But that theory has proven to be not true, which is fine. I was not like married to that.
Well, because even in this episode, because for the most part in The Sinner, there's so much jumping around in time, but in this episode, it was very linear. It was like, okay, cool, we're in 2012 or whatever it's supposed to be, and now we're actually seeing the events of this night. And a lot of the stuff that we'd previously seen with Cora conversing with Maddie was replaced with Phoebe in this episode. So I love things that have an unreliable narrator, and that is 100% what's going on here.
Yeah, I'd kind of dig that too. But I mean, even though I really liked your theory,
Yes.
and thus it's debunked, yes, some of these guys are evil, but also I think in this situation, that poor dude who's just living at the Bushwick Club, what's it? Beverwick?
Beverwick.
Beverwick. Sounds like it should be in Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah.
He seems just like a nice guy that kind of got in over his head and didn't realize that he was going to kill a girl via bang, and then he tried to give her CPR. And then what's crazy
cracked
is
her rib cage.
he was on the beach talking about med school, and like maybe this sent him to med school.
Yeah,
or-
there's got to be more to this too.
Yeah.
He said that he was a med student when he slid down the banister and was talking about how he died, which was a little foreshadowing, maybe. It's because again, so much of this is what you're seeing from Cora's perspective, that there's still some unraveling to do to this tale. But one of the things that I thought the show did extremely well in this episode was capture the party that you don't want to be at.
Wait, whoa, that party looked awesome.
No.
Besides the death of the sister, that party looked incrable. Lines of blood.
Here's
No, I'm kidding. That party looked horrendous.
Like, okay, here's my question though.
Two
Like,
sisters
I mean,
kissing?
did the guy? So when Cora was, finally sleeping with, what's his name, JD. It looked like there was a different
what that actor's
person.
from, by the way?
So what?
Do you know what that actor's from?
The guy who plays JD?
Yeah.
AK, he reminded me so much of Christian Bale and Heathers.
Tell us.
Or
Euro
Christian
Trip.
Slater and Heathers.
Oh, Euro Trip. Good.
Remember
yeah,
the movie
Euro Trip.
Yes.
Nope.
I'm glad we stopped
Awesome.
our conversation to establish that. So
Euro Trip.
What I was going
Great.
to say is
And Justified.
what I was going to say is there was another guy there.
Yes,
And
the
I
creepy
kind of
dude.
and I was like, "Whoa, where did this guy come from?" And perhaps it was just cuz he was lurking so well in the background, but the JD's turn of like actually hitting her and knocking her out felt like it came kind of out of nowhere.
Oh, with the ashtray,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
like obviously he's not a cool dude.
No, but thus far he's been very manipulative
Exactly.
and not straight up
And
physically
why would this be
abusive.
the thing? Why would this be the thing that causes him
Yeah,
to
because
knock
her
her
sister-
out?
Well, because the sister's dead.
But it was an
But
accident.
she saw it.
Yeah.
Like she knows. So like, what is he gonna do?
I think it was a panic move. But I agree that there's a room for motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a little confusing.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but still awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a great episode.
A really
really
great
good
episode.
And it's also, you know what I love about this show is it's not even that you can't necessarily see where it's going. Like obviously we knew she was frail, and when we realized that he was giving her CPR, like we knew this was this was dangerous. But when he snapped her chest, I actually gasped. Like, and it's not that it was the most shocking thing I've ever seen,
We
but
knew
I
that
just
was
was
coming.
that show winds you up so tight that when it finally happens, you're just like, oh my God, it's happening.
Right, all of this.
I love this show so much.
I know, but I kind of, even the sister, she's like, I'm never leaving this place. I mean, obviously a little foreshadowing, but good for her. She went
Yeah,
all in.
I have to agree. I
She
actually
knew what she was doing.
Yeah, the sister knew exactly what she was doing, and I enjoyed that they did absolutely portray her as making this decision on her own and being as in control of the situation as one can be. And at the same time, again,
the sister was like putting to practice all those magazines that she's read in her bedroom.
Exactly.
Since she was a
and
kid.
also taking ownership of her body as much as she can, being as ill as she is. I mean, she knew what she was getting into.
Agreed. All right, next week, finale, Sinner. Let's talk some Mr. Mercedes.
Oh, dang.
This episode, I'll tell you what, if we're talking dream sequences, that was one incredible dream sequence. If you ever go to like a Friendly's or a local family restaurant, like a Sizzler or and you have watched Mr. Mercedes, this scene may scar you for life.
Yeah.
That was some violent stuff. What did he pull out of the mom?
A gun or a fire truck.
From the brother.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
that's
I think
exactly
you're
what it
right.
was.
Yeah, definitely. Because I paused and I was like, I don't know what that is. But creepy stuff. What did you think of the episode, Clarke?
I liked it. I thought it was an interesting mix of silly in some parts and like kind of having a little bit of fun with itself, but also moved the story forward. I loved the arc with his mother. I thought that was a fascinating like sequence, and I'm really glad that was a good B storyline for sure.
Basically pulling like a Sixth Sense on her. Like he basically is keeping her drugged.
Yes.
Right.
And it just shows, I think where we're getting at with Harry's character is that he is coming up, like he's about to spiral. There's a term that they use for serial killers. What is it? It's escalating. I can't remember what it is exactly, but it's like, it feels like he is about to break. He is about to go. And
It's getting sloppy.
yeah, getting sloppy.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the term, but
but there's
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, as you say, the whole dream sequence in the restaurant was incredibly effective. And I also really liked the storyline with his mom, especially when, she went and were they at a car dealership? They ended up going to eat. She and the like guy from her past, and she was asking, "Oh, are you still
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes. That whole thing with Anthony Michael Hall. And
He plays an old douche real well.
He really does, because
Right.
at first you initially trust him. You're like, oh, this is so great. She's like connecting with a human being who she might bang, who's not her son, which would be a positive. But then it all spirals, and in the end, he's like, yeah, you fucking burned somebody's head. They sued. If everybody was going to lose their jobs. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, it stung.
Man, and he shows that bag full of dildos. That was some weird ass stuff.
Yep.
The mom was getting into some of that motel stuff that you don't ever want. That's why when you drive by a motel and you see people that are staying there, you're like, they're doing porn.
They're doing weird things.
They're doing weird things. Nothing good has ever happened in like a roadside motel.
No.
Let's be honest. But I got to tell you, and you picked it out that Stephen King had a little cameo. He was the dead chef.
Yep.
Dead chef.
And it was fun too because
order.
Anthony Michael Hall, I think, was in Dead Zone, the TV series that they did.
Yes.
So it was like there were lots of fun little Stephen King Easter eggs in this one, which I liked. My question for you guys is how, or if it wasn't the Dead Zone or something, but anyway, my question for you guys is: there's like 7. We're on that last night was episode 6. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 4 episodes left. Like, do you guys feel a little bit like they're spinning their wheels? Like, how are they going to fill 4 more episodes?
Yeah, I don't, because I feel, to me, this
Like the
felt
daughter
like
plot
it
line?
should be in a, yeah.
I don't care for. I really like the girl with OCD. I thought she was.
Yes, I
she was a
I
sweetheart.
loved the scene with him and the girl with OCD when they went to go get sandwiches, and it made me really want a sandwich.
Yeah, those sandwiches look delicious.
They looked really delicious.
I'm a little bit on your side, Clarke, but also too like because we haven't really seen him make much of a. I mean, besides actually being outside the dude's house, this episode really didn't involve Mr. Mercedes, like tracking Mr. Mercedes.
I think what's going to happen is, so we, another theory I put forward last time I was here, not a theory, but a question. Well, clearly I'm not, because they all get debunked.
But I like them.
But we were talking about how, like, do we know that he actually is the one who was wearing the mask and went through? Like, we knew he had the foot, but we'd never seen, like, it wasn't official.
At this point.
But last night, the mom pulls the mask out of the closet.
Right.
And I was kind of like, yeah, I mean, okay,
Now
so
we got
he's
it.
the one doing it. Now, the question is, are we going to have a showdown between the moms confronting him and saying, I know what you've been doing, and him having to kill his mom, and that be the thing that makes him snap.
Yes.
And that sends him on
Yeah.
the
I love
spree.
that idea.
Yeah, that's. I think that's definitely a very strong.
Well, because now
theory.
that he's like medicating her and putting her back in the house and like you can't leave, he has the ability to kill her.
Right.
Yep.
You know, her getting
And-
clean was his worst nightmare.
And again, in this episode, we definitely see him. Or her rather, embracing her freedom, because she does go out, and the scene of her driving, and the soundtrack of this show is so good. The songs
It is
that they
really
choose
good,
to
yeah.
use. And you get this great sequence of her driving, and she's free, and it's great. So I do think that things are definitely going to come to a head with him and Mom.
God, he's gonna have to kill Mom.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Mercedes. I've always been a BMW man. No, I'm kidding. All right. Let's do, speaking of Allison Keene, the title holder of best title of the day thus far. Let's do a little performer of the week with Collider.com's Allison Keene.
Hey everybody, I'm Collider.com TV editor Allison Keene here with the latest pick for TV Performer of the Week. There were a lot of great shows that premiered this week, including Outlander and The Deuce, and both of them will be represented very soon in my TV Performer picks. But Sundance TV decided to run all of Top of the Lake's second season, called China Girl, as a 3-night event. So this is my one shot to talk about the show in a timely manner, and I'm going to take it. If you missed out on Top of the Lake's first season, it debuted as a miniseries 5 years ago and focused on a Sydney detective, Robin, played by Elizabeth Moss, who returns home to her rural village in New Zealand to confront not only her difficult past there, but also ends up working on a very twisted local case. Jane Campion created the series, and it was so moody and atmospheric, but crucially also weird and kind of funny. So the series has returned with China Girl, and it sees Moss's Robin working on a new case in Sydney and still dealing with the wounds of her past. It's a fantastic show. It's only 6 episodes in each of its 2 seasons, and the performances are all out of this world. But while I'm certainly tempted to give it to Moss as far as our honor goes this week, because she is fantastic in every role that she plays, including, of course, this one, I actually want to give it instead to fellow tall person Gwendolyn Christie, who is a newcomer to the series this year as Robin's partner in the case, Miranda, one who's both a friend and an irritant to her. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a show that deals with matters as dark as pimps and sex rings and the exploitation of the poor into sex work, stolen babies, etc., needs something to balance that out. Top of the Lake got even weirder this time around, and I really loved that. And a lot of it is due to Christie's very open and funny performance. She's not just comic relief, though. She gives a very layered sense of her character, and she also uses her size, which is brought up a lot on the show, both for humor and pathos. She has these moments like when she hops off this low ledge and then immediately turns around, arms wide open to help Robin down like she's a little baby, and Robin just ignores her and takes the ramp down. It is hysterical, but there's also something very tender and sweet there. I don't want to give away too much if you've not seen it, but Miranda's dealing with a lot of her own issues, and if you know Christie from Game of Thrones as Brienne of Tarth, you'll probably only be used to her not showing much emotion. But here she's all emotion, and it's such an interesting change, one that really gives this season of the Top of the Lake something special. So Gwendolyn Christie is my TV Performer of the Week. Go catch up on Top of the Lake because fall TV is here and time is precious. Speaking of which, see y'all next week.
Allison Keene, straight out of Atlanta. Thank you so much. Allison, I know she's really excited for the Emmys. We were talking about it via text. So thank you as always for sending those in on a Thursday. All right, gals, should we do some Twitter questions?
Let's
Sure.
do it.
All right, let's try and like burn a few. We got a little bit of time. We got like 4 minutes. So let's try and do some Twitter questions. All right, this one comes from at Omar Alanazi from Kuwait. What's up, man? Pitch an alternate ending for a popular TV show. By the way, Collider's TV Talk starts at 7 p.m. there. We're in prime time
very
in
cool.
Kuwait. What's
Prime
up?
time.
Woo!
Okay.
Prime time.
So for me, it would definitely have to be an alternate ending for How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
Because the ending of that show ruined it. So in the alternate ending, oh, guess what? Robin and Barney stay together because they were a great couple and everything is wonderful. And Ted leaves and just the whole twist.
So just a new episode.
Yeah, just the twist is that he would that Ted is now like in San Francisco or something with
Sure.
his children, and he has a great life separate from all the other people who actually were way better characters than him.
Clarke Wolfe?
Dexter.
Oh.
So I actually thought that they were shaping that up for oh my God, Jennifer Carpenter's character, Deb. For Deb to sort of assume her father's role in raising Dexter's son. So I thought that Deb was going to be the one to really like ultimately take center stage towards the end and be that guiding force for Harrison, while Dexter, you know, obviously was responsible for his own undoing. So that's where I thought it was going. I felt like they set that up in the penultimate season, and then it just Dexter.
I like your
Dexter.
ending, Clarke.
It's awful.
I loved the series finale of Seinfeld, but I really wish that they wouldn't have ended up in jail. The judge had been like, hung jury, you win again. And they're like, yeah. Like, I didn't love the jail at the end of Seinfeld, but that would just be like the smallest little tweak. I'm usually a pretty big fan of series finales, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed the Breaking Bad one, but I'm looking forward to the series finale of Walking Dead in 2035. I can't wait for that. All right, let's do, this one was really fun. This comes from @_Markel. If you could punch one TV character in the face, who would it be?
Dawn from Buffy.
Oh.
Dawn from Buffy. Still.
I'd punch a real life person. I'd punch the head coach in Last Chance U. I know you guys didn't watch the show. It was about junior college football on Netflix. It was an incredible series. So well done, so heartfelt, and the head coach is such a villain. Just want to punch that dude in the face.
Yeah, I think that I would go with probably Ross Geller on Friends. He fucking sucks, you guys. Everybody's all like, oh, Rachel and Ross. And I'm like, Ross is the worst.
He would make like a really fun sound, like,
Yep.
ow.
Yep.
Yep, I got you. All right, this one comes from Derek Spicer, a fan favorite. He's a great dude at DSS Spicy. Did you all watch the South Park premiere last night? I know you're all skeptical of the subject matter, but I thought it was great. I agree, Derek. I thought they did it very, very funny. White people renovating houses is the new hot show on HGTV. Clarke, you got it. When you go home, you got to watch it.
I am a huge South Park fan, and I did not watch it yet, but I'm not skeptical of anything they do. I feel like I trust Trey and Matt to do really great stuff.
For sure. All right, finally, Josh Macuga has come from @Mashari_141, also from Kuwait, 7 p.m. prime time.
Dang.
What stupid movie premise would you want into a TV show? Starship Troopers Forever is what he says.
I wouldn't call that a stupid movie premise. That's a brilliant movie premise.
Fighting bugs in the desert?
It's
Fuck yeah!
fantastic.
Okay. Clarke Wolfe?
I can't come up with anything right now, but I feel like there were a couple of things very recently where I was like, this should have been the Dark Tower. How about let's go
Sure.
Dark Tower?
Yeah.
Like that should have been a series from the jump.
I've always wanted to see speaking of troopers, a Super Troopers television show. I think that like spoofing small town police has never really been done in. I mean, they've done small town police dramatic, but they've never done small town police like
Reno
spoofs.
911.
Yeah, but like Reno's a city. I want like like small town. Like where I come from, with like 8 police officers, kind of a thing.
I'm thinking along the lines of I like something along the lines of Starship Troopers, where it is a sort of parody, political statement kind of sci-fi, but still comedy on some level. Maybe like a Demolition Man kind of thing.
Sure. Oh, I like that.
You
Taco
know?
Bell's.
Yeah.
San Angeles.
Yep.
The 3 seashells. We
Yeah.
finally figure out how to use them.
Exactly.
I love that there are fan theories out there, people explaining different ways to use the 3 seashells in Demolition Man. It's like my favorite. All right. That's it for Twitter questions. Thank you guys as always for sending it in. And #Kuwait. What's up, guys? Prime time over there, so no big deal. What's up? Let's do a little pick of the day. So the last couple days, my DVR has ignored Jeopardy. Right? And it has not recorded Jeopardy. So I went in and had a few words with my DVR last night, and it is now recording Jeopardy. So the newest season of Jeopardy started Monday. Okay. Finally got to watch last night's episode. Okay. So here's my pick of the day.
Oh my God.
If you could pick an outfit to wear on Jeopardy, what would it look like?
An outfit to
So
wear.
I wouldn't go super loud, but I'd have like a very tastefully done, like a pink plaid with a big pocket square, and then I would wear a hat. I would wear like a hat.
I would wear probably a red dress.
Red dress. I like it,
Like
Clarke.
bright red.
Bright
Yes,
red.
make the statement.
I would wear, so a friend of mine designs really classy, nerdy clothes.
Yes.
So I would wear it would be like a Star Wars, like officer's uniform, but like a classy, like dress kind of situation,
I like it.
made for a lady.
I like it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some more Jeopardy themed questions here
love it.
on Collider TV Talk, mostly because I want to be the next host of Jeopardy, and it's the greatest show on television. No big deal. All right. That's it for a fucking sweet ass saucy Thursday. Sorry for swearing at the end
Yeah,
there.
that's going to get you the job on Jeopardy.
Yeah, definitely. What's up,
They
fucking
curse
Jeopardy
all the
fans?
time.
Crushing it. Clarke, where can the good people find you on the internet?
You guys can find me at Clarke Wolfe, Clarke with an E, Wolf with an E. And if you live in the Southern California area, come see Slashed the Musical. We're coming back. 8 shows in October, horror comedy. You can find all the information on my social media. Hack Shop.
Slashed. Emma Fyffe.
I am Emma Fyffe. I can be found all over the internet wherever Emma Fyffes are sold at my name, Emma Fyffe, EMMAFYFFE.
Josh Macuga at Josh Macuga, Twitter and Instagram. The Josh Macuga Show on YouTube. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to do a little Emmy preview, and we're doing an Emmy show on Sunday night right after the Emmys, and we'll do a little post show on Clutter TV Talk next Monday. But tune in for all of that tomorrow. Thank you guys as always for watching. Put down the book. Pick up the remote.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.